Previously on Bottom Feeders.
You know, we get along great together. We can laugh and joke and have a good time.
It's as pointless as Jack brushing his teeth.
Know you're going to come out and everyone's going to be happy at the end of the day.
Right now, you know, they're just getting into that winter mode.
It's always rough. It's always a battle. You're always hunting them.
Anything's better than nothing. We should have had more fish than this. They should really be pushing into these winter spots.
There's always that wish that you're going to hit the right amount of fish at the right time to make a good chunk of money. You could really have all bad luck and it could last forever. You just never know. I think that's what keeps you going.
Carp, sheephead, buffalo, and suckers. For most Americans, these bottom feeders have no place in our lakes or on our plates. But there are fishermen who have found opportunity. For commercial fishermen, risk is part of the job description. But in Pepin, Wisconsin, Mike and Rick Johnson are moving forward cautiously.
Enough ice out there?
Looks all right, don't it?
I'll have to check it out.
A week of cold weather has created the first ice of the season. The Johnson brothers need to catch fish today.
They always need fish. It ain't no different because it's freaking 10 degrees that I don't make a living if I don't catch fish. Ready to push up.
You got to be optimistic to stay in it. First ice is when the fishing is really about the best because the fish have time to just settle down and school up without any interruption from man.
Oh.
It's a rough gig sometimes just getting onto the ice. No risk, there's no potential to make money.
Well, you'll have to poke along here a little bit. Yeah. Have to make sure it's going to be all right to cross down here.
Before fishing could begin, Rick must determine if the ice could hold up to 1,000 pounds of gear.
I'm always stuck checking everything. It's kind of my job, I guess.
Well, about an inch here, Mike.
Careful now. Hopefully you get to where you got 5-6 inches. That's what we really need is about 6 inches.
Looks all right here.
You all right?
Not really. Smashed my hand. Top of that spotlight right on my finger.
I don't know why Mike don't like to go out there and check on things ahead of time, but he can do it next time.
It ain't very good right there, Mike.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota, Tim Adams and his partner Jeff Reederman have assembled a team to help load out a haul of fish in their net.
I'm hoping the fish didn't get out of a hole in the bag. There's a pile of them in this haul. In excess of 200,000 pounds again, that would set us up pretty good. The biggest challenge of the day is to simply get them fish tight enough so that we can start getting them out fast enough to load a truck within a reasonable amount of time.
The loadout can begin only after all of Tim and Jeff's equipment is in place.
I don't know if that little rope's gonna do it, Tim. Get that long chain off the tractor trailer.
Where's he going now?
Where would you think the chains would be? Nowadays, kids, I wonder if they really get into a tough situation, if they're gonna be able to handle it. Doggone kids, they walk to the toilet, they sit down and they poop their pants.
The guys seem to always get picked on pretty good by Jeff. He uses them guys as all his jokes, and it's all in good fun.
I tell Chris right where to go to find that stuff, and then he's standing there with the unbroken piece of drool. I don't know where they're at, Jeff. Just like in basic training in the military, they kind of tear you down, and then they build you back up. I gotta be a little tough on them.
Tim will use the loader mounted on the boat to scoop fish out of the net.
I can never, ever relax. You're always a bundle of nerves as to what's gonna happen or what could happen. Yeah, I wish we could get the trucks and trailers out there and make today go pretty easy. Little nip and tuck on the ice yet, though.
Further south, Jeff Ritter is squeezing in a holiday season fishing trip.
We're gonna go try drifting a trammel net for a sturgeon or some catfish. Got a few fish ahead, so it's decent weather. We're gonna go try to make a little extra. Haven't done it this late in the year like this a whole lot, so I don't know what we're in for.
In search of open water, today Jeff and Ron are fishing on a tributary of the Mississippi.
All the ice is going to the wrong side. This doesn't look good. I didn't expect there to be this much ice floating, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do anything. Oh, channel can't be jammed, can it? This might be a short trip. It's hard on the boat, it's hard on the motor, nearly impossible to lay a net through all of it. I've never even seen ice in here like this. This sucks. It looks like where we intend to go is pretty well shot. I'm hoping it's an illusion. I don't think the channel's plugged.
No, I just all pushed on this
If
side.
it looks like this, we're not fishing. We're done.
How many species of fish can be found in the Mississippi River? The answer is C. The Mississippi is home to at least 260 species of fish, representing about 25% of all species in North America. Back in Wisconsin, Mike and Rick Johnson's fishing trip is in jeopardy. If they can't find thick ice, the day is over before it begins.
4 inches.
It looks like it's going to be all right there where he's going now.
It's important that we get out now and keep nets working and keep fish caught for our markets.
Keep your skinny ass flat down there. I'll have to give her hell.
Mike and Rick are headed for the center of Lake Pepin. Today, the Johnsons are using running boards.
Yeah, this is old-fashioned way. That's how they did it. They got submarines and stuff now. And
The board's relatively cheap.
a sub this big costs more than a four-wheeler does.
I can buy a lot of boards for $6,000.
A pretty exact science. We got to walk the net right out here on the ice.
We've got to fish. You know, I mean, it's not a week-off deal. It's just got to be done.
Basically 10-foot boards, so we pound it together and make a 100-foot board out of it. Now we'll float it up against the ice, but we'll just keep catching the board every 100 feet until we can get our 200 or 300 feet of net out that we want to get out at a crack.
This technique dates back to the origins of ice fishing.
It's kind of a long, tedious process to get nets out, but it works, and sometimes the right spots here, they'll catch right on through the winter sometimes.
And there's the end. I just go to the other end and find it again and do it again.
I can't sit at home and not do nothing. I'm always trying to catch fish. I'm always thinking of fish, and I'm going to do as much of it as I can in my lifetime.
Ready, Mike?
Yeah, born ready.
Mike and Rick are dropping 300 feet of net below the ice.
This is how it's been done for generations, that's for sure. That old board, lots and lots of guys have put lots of nets in and seines in with that board just like that. Well, we'll see. We'll come back in the morning and we'll bring some more nets. We'll get some more nets out if they look pretty good.
In Minnesota, Tim and Jeff are closing in on the job. Now, they must tighten up the net to make the process of loading out much easier.
We really got to be careful not to, because we could rip that lacing off. I need to consistently catch fish all the time, and you're always a bum with nerves. Just got to take this very slowly. Did it rip loose or something, or what? Doesn't take much to rip that net. I can pull a little bit on there.
Well, we got so many fish in here, what they did is that they sand these edges out. We're just trying to pull them in. They mud in the web where you can't hardly pull on them.
Continually going into holes where there's lots of rocks, lots of logs, things like that. We already got dead fish coming in. I think we're just gonna have to dip a while.
We can have no trouble getting a few dips.
With the net back in place, all that's left to do is load out a few 100,000 pounds of fish.
Having a battle of wits with Tim, you know, that isn't fair. Having a battle of the wits with an unarmed man.
It's just constantly all day long. And some of the stuff he comes up with, it's like, what in the world are you thinking?
You know, and that screen looks like Tim's underwear. You know, you got a good haul. Barely any white left on it. His t-shirt even has a bacon strip on it.
I think he stays up all night long thinking of stuff to say and to come up with.
I wear my tennis shoes on the long ride down here. Otherwise, my feet start smelling like Tim's breath by the time I get here. Good work, men. And you too, Tim.
You know, we deal with a lot of different people all the time, and everybody always says how funny Jeff is. And I think it's time. I think he needs to step it up.
You always think you're so damn funny making fun of my underwear. Why don't you go down to that open mic night, that comedy club?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I probably tell a lot of jokes, but stand-up comedy, I don't think I'm a stand-up comedian by any stretch of the imagination.
You won't do it for $100.
I might try it.
Meanwhile, back in Wisconsin, Jeff Ritter is battling unexpected ice.
It looks like the entire main channel is plugged from here clean down to the dam. I'm a little frustrated because we drove all the way down here. I had my heart set on maybe make a little extra cash or just something different, and I don't think we're going to get a play. Is it worth to even try? I can officially tell you this ain't never happened here before, ever. I guess I choose not to give up because I'm kind of stubborn. There's one area we could try. We'll have to try.
Finally, in open water, Jeff and Ron drop their travel net.
Basically, we're going to let the net just free float. I have no idea what kind of snags or wood or anything that may have floated in there. Well, we'll see what we got. I don't see any fish on the locator. That's the one thing I don't like.
No fish. There's one.
Hey, nice cat.
Maybe he was pulling down.
Yeah. The net's coming up and it's not snagged and we got a catfish. Maybe there're gonna be some here. They don't look bad. There's a few here.